Travel and tourism industry over 48 years. I did my first 2 decades as a waiter, staff, bartender, maitre d', bus boy, houseman, moving chairs, all across the country, trying to earn my way through college, earn my way through life in general. So I understand this trillion-dollar tourism and travel industry. And so today, we want to focus a little bit on travel to Africa, tourism in Africa. And so before I bring up our special guest in the 2 o'clock hour, I made a few notes because you folks, you know I like taking notes and doing a little research. So let's set the table and give you guys, listeners and audience, some background information as to what's happening in the motherland as it relates to travel and tourism. So before we get going too fast, too soon, call somebody, text somebody, tell them BDX Live at 10:10 a.m. if they're in the Baltimore area, or WOLBbaltimore.com in case they're outside of Baltimore and they need to have it in their radio and it's not on 10:10 a.m. You can go to WOLBbaltimore.com or download the app WOLB. So let's give you a few ideas of what I found. This is just recent research I did on travel and tourism to Africa. Not all encompassing, not everything, but just something to set the table for our 2 o'clock talk with my brothers here. Africa tourism. Africa tourism, according to the African Airlines Association, at their annual General Assembly meeting, it predicted that travel to Africa could increase by 27% next year if certain things are put in place, including making it more easier for our tourists who come into the motherland to travel the continent a little easier. Travelers are expected to increase their spend in Africa. And this was an article by a young lady named Sharon Carolla. And she talked about the SBRE, Sabre Corporation, which is a leading technology provider in the global travel industry and provides software and data. And they did a survey of over 5,000 people who were visiting Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa. And their questions included reviewing their travel patterns in the last 24 months. Questions were asked, what are some of the barriers preventing further travel? And of course, pricing, things being too expensive, visa issues and delays, airports, and overall connectivity, meaning you land in one part and you want to get to another part of the continent. Could be a stressful traveling experience, and travel and tourism, it's not supposed to be stressful. You're supposed to be enjoying yourselves. And so the people who are taking the survey, the respondents stated, again, folks, this is BDX Live talking about travel to Africa. Some of the people who took the survey, the 5,000 of them, some of them said they would be willing to spend more money on auxiliary services like in-flight services, Wi-Fi, entertainment, special on-board food and beverages, because it's not a short flight. They talked about, in this survey, some of the more desired countries to visit in Africa. They included South Africa, Ghana, Ethiopia, Botswana, Kenya.